When Mia and I hit our third anniversary, everything seemed to be falling into place. We weren't in any rush to start family. We were enjoying our time. Weekend road trips, impromptu movie nights, doing whatever we felt like. That kind of freedom was our rhythm. Mia was always full of energy, sharp-witted, and had just enough wildness in her to keep life from ever feeling dull. One thing about Mia always stood out to me, though. She couldn't lie to save her life. The moment she tried, her eyes would dart away, hands twitching like they were itching to escape. I noticed it early on when we were still dating. It wasn't a big deal. Honestly, even kind of endearing, like I had my own personal truth radar. That spring, she started bringing up vacations more often. She'd talk about how work was draining her, how she needed a real break. Sun, sand, cocktails, the whole escape fantasy. I wasn't really into it. I had a major project at work, and taking 2 weeks off just wasn't an option. Plus, I've never been a beach guy. Give me a quiet mountain cabin or a fast-paced city any day. But one night over dinner, she set her fork down and said casually, "Maybe I should just go without you this time." I didn't love the idea. The thought of her lounging on beaches and hitting bars without me left a sour taste. But then she added, smiling, "I'll go with Jenna. Just a girls' trip. Spa days, beach yoga. Nothing crazy, I promise." Jenna, her recently divorced best friend, had been partying like she was still in college. I wasn't thrilled, but Mia looked so hopeful that I hesitated. I trusted her, so I gave her a nod. "All right," I said, trying to keep it light. "Just don't wind up on some beach reality show disaster reel." She laughed, raised her glass to mine, and we moved on. At the time, I thought letting her go was proof of our solid foundation. Now, looking back, I see it for what it really was: blindness disguised as trust. The night before her flight, I helped her book it and even handed her extra cash for shopping or whatever came up. She was practically glowing with excitement. Honestly, I felt good about the whole thing. 2 people in love, no suspicions, no doubts. She flew out on a Wednesday. I drove her to the airport, kissed her goodbye, told her to enjoy herself. The first few days were fine. She sent me selfies, videos of her and Jen at the beach, boomerangs of ocean waves and sand between her toes. She texted me at night, saying she missed me and wished I were there. I missed her more than I expected, and the house felt eerily empty without her. But by day 5, the update slowed. No more videos, no late-night calls. I figured she was just caught up in fun or maybe at spotty service, but a creeping unease started to grow in me. One night around 11 o'clock, I shot her a quick "good night, babe" text. It sat unread for hours. When she finally replied, it just said, "Night. Super tired. Love you." No hearts, no inside jokes, just flat. That wasn't her. I tried again the next morning. No reply. I called at lunch. It went straight to voicemail. I told myself I was overthinking. Jenna probably had her running around nonstop. Maybe they were off on some boat tour or hike with no signal. But lying there that night, I couldn't ignore the tight knot forming in my chest. 2 days later, she finally messaged, a blurry photo of some market caption. "Been busy. We'll catch up later." No "miss you." No "love you." Just those words. I stare at the screen, suspicion creeping in, tightening its grip. That message should have been a red flag. Instead, I buried my doubt and waited. She'd be home soon. I'd know then if I'd just been imagining things. She landed Sunday evening. I was waiting at baggage claim, watching the crowd spill out. I felt relief when I saw her, but also something else, like I was bracing for a version of her I didn't know. She looked radiant, tan, almost too radiant. She wrapped her arms around me and said, "I missed you so much," hugging me tight. I hugged her back, but it felt off, like I was holding someone who looked like Mia, smelled like her, but wasn't quite her. On the drive home, she wouldn't stop talking about the food, the beaches, the bonfires, Jenna this, Jenna that. It felt rehearsed, like she was reading from a script. When we got home, she let her suitcase drop in the living room with a sigh. "I'm dying for a shower," she said, and headed upstairs. I lingered near her suitcase, hands in my pockets. "Wait a sec," I said, trying to sound playful. You didn't come back empty-handed, did you? She laughed too quickly. Of course not. She knelt down, rummaging through her clothes. As she moved stuff around, something caught my eye. Lingerie, bright and expensive looking, definitely not her usual style. I didn't say anything, just kept watching. Then she paused, hand hovering over a small black bag buried at the bottom. She pulled it out slowly, smile forced. Got you some local rum, she said. Supposed to be amazing. I took the bag and peeked inside. A bottle of rum wrapped in a cheesy dolphin print souvenir t-shirt. Thanks, I said, setting it aside. She laughed again, too loud this time, kicked the suitcase closed, and vanished into the bathroom. I stood there, bottle in one hand and that ridiculous shirt in the other, and for the first time since marrying Mia, I wondered what she'd really been doing when she stopped texting me back over the next few days. I tried to convince myself it was nothing. She acted like things were normal, maybe too normal. She laughed at my jokes, cooked dinner like old times, even suggested a movie night. But the more she leaned into that facade, the more I noticed the subtle differences. Her phone was always with her now. She'd change her lock screen password, and late-night texts would come in that she flipped face down without a word. One night, while she showered, I glanced at her phone on the bathroom counter. A name flashed on the screen, Brady. The profile photo showed some tan guy with a smug grin, shirtless. I didn't know any Brady. When she came out wrapped in a towel, I asked casually, "Who's Brady?" Her body stiffened for a second, but she brushed it off with a laugh. "Just a guy Jenna and I met on the island," she said. "He runs snorkeling tours." "Harmless." "Right," I asked, keeping my tone even. "Right," she said, but it didn't sit right with me. Harmless guys don't text at midnight. "You're reading too much into it, Jimmy," she said when I brought it up. She kissed my cheek too quickly and vanished into the bedroom. That night, I lay awake staring at the ceiling, something heavy pressing on my chest. The next day, while she was out at the grocery store, I pulled up the resort's Instagram page. I scrolled through photos and videos of beach parties, happy tourists, staff joking around. Then I saw it, a video from a bonfire night. There was Mia, right in the middle of the crowd, dancing and laughing with a drink in her hand. Brady had his arm draped over her shoulder, their faces inches apart like they were about to kiss. This wasn't just a vacation. Mia had lived another life while I was back home. That night after dinner, she curled up on the couch scrolling through her phone, pretending not to notice me watching her. I slammed my beer down harder than I meant to. "We need to talk," I said. She looked up, playing it cool. "About what?" "Brady," I said. Her smile faltered. "I told you, he's just... I saw the video. I interrupted. You and him. On the resort's page. You look like a couple." Her face went pale. "You're overreacting," she said, trying to keep her voice calm. "It was just dancing." I leaned in, my voice colder than I wanted. "You were seconds from kissing him." Silence fell. I waited, hoping for honesty, for even a flicker of guilt. Instead, she crossed her arms and said, "You're paranoid. You're blowing this out of proportion." And that was it. I saw it plain as day. She wasn't sorry for what she'd done, only that she got caught. "Pack your things," I said. Standing up, she blinked, confused. "What? Pack?" I repeated. Tears welled in her eyes, but I didn't budge. She tried to talk her way out of it, but I didn't listen. 15 minutes later, she stood at the door, suitcase in hand, mascara streaked down her cheeks. "It didn't mean anything," she whispered. I didn't say a word. I just closed the door and locked it behind her. The house felt hollow after that. I sat for a long time staring at the door, then shut off the porch light and went to bed. The following days passed in a blur. I worked, I slept, I worked again, anything to keep my mind from spiraling. Then Jenna called. Her voice was low, hesitant. "Mia is not doing so well," she said. "Actions have consequences." I replied, my tone flat. She went to the clinic. Wasn't feeling right. "Got tested," Jenna said, voice barely above a whisper. She tested positive. An STD. She thought you should know. I didn't say anything for a long while. One last mess, even after she was gone. The next morning I got tested. Thankfully, I was in the clear. 2 weeks later, I filed for divorce. No drawn-out arguments. No fighting over furniture. She didn't contest anything. A mutual friend told me she'd move into a small studio across town. Said she looked rough, lost weight, looked pale, talked less. That same friend said Mia told people it was just a stupid fling, a mistake. Mistakes cost you. Sometimes they cost you everything. Funny thing is, when someone burns your life down, it doesn't leave you in ruins forever. Once the ashes settle, there's space to start fresh. 6 months after she left, the house finally felt like mine. I repainted, got rid of the old mattress, new bed, new sheets, new start. I even took a real trip, not some escape, but something for me. The mountains this time. Cold air, white skies, no one beside me pretending things were okay. I spent days hiking and nights in silence without a buzzing phone or hidden lies. Standing on a ridge overlooking a vast valley, I realized something. I wasn't angry anymore. I was free. Mia tried reaching out once, some long emotional email packed with apologies and memories and what-ifs. I read the first line, then deleted it. A few weeks later, I was at a barbecue at a friend's place. Jenna showed up with a new boyfriend. At some point, I pulled him aside and told him what really happened on that trip. Not to stir things up, just so he'd know, in case another girls' trip came around. He didn't say much, just nodded, tight-lipped. And that was it. No revenge, no rants. Just me, moving forward with the life Mia walked away from. A better life. Honestly, sometimes I think about how close I came to tying myself to someone like her for good. I feel lucky in a strange way. She showed me exactly who she was. Before there were kids, before anniversaries and shared debts. Better to bury the marriage than bury yourself. I sleep better now. And next time I fall in love, it'll be with someone who doesn't look away when it matters.